Yo guys, what is up? It is Teachers Game 2 coming at you again with another video, and I am here right now to show you how do polar bears do against the boss. Now, if you've seen my video already, basically polar bears have double the health of a dire bear, which is absolutely insane. So if you haven't known that before, you should definitely use that technique. I'm going to take these guys in. I'm going to ride this Daedon so nobody actually, it doesn't attack. I'm just going to heal with it. And these guys do not have good stats. You can see their armor's decent. 85 is about as high as it gets. Got some 63s. Nothing super great. Now, their health, all their stats are not that good. 4,800, 553. Terrible, just in general, terrible bears. But as you can see, their levels are raised a little bit just because I wanted to spawn in something that didn't have like 1k health. So, that being said, let's go ahead and check out this boss fight. Now, just so you can see, there's nothing sketchy going on right now. I always take a picture before we start this. Turn off that. There we go. Just like that. Now, I'll leave this on. I am only going to ride the Daedon. I'm going to whistle all these things to do the attacking for me. I'm just going to bring in basic stuff. I'm going to have my med brews, GPS, and spyglass. That's it. Nothing special, no water, no food this time because I'm curious to how fast that drains in the boss fight. I've got about half right now, but we're going to go ahead and find out anyways. Alright, we spawned in. Sweet. So you can bring polar bears. Didn't know if you could or not. Wow, look at that lag. Huge lag spike. I'm going to go ahead and go down here. If you do not go to where I am right now, sometimes the bosses will get stuck up in the air, and obviously you want to avoid that. And there we go. They are not in the air. We're good to go. Gonna get our dire bears, and I'm just gonna sit in the middle of these things and let them just slaughter pteranodons. Now, just a couple of quick hints about the boss fights for you in general. The biggest things that you want to be careful of, the more people you bring in, the harder the boss fight is. And a lot of people don't understand that. Now, the reason this is scaled down so much for difficulty, if you only go into a boss fight with one or two things or one or two people, it's actually going to make your boss fight a lot easier than it would if you had like 10. So, the less tames you bring in, same concept I think. I'm not sure about the tames, but I know for sure about the players. So the less players you have, the easier the boss fight is for you. I'm going to sit here, as I told you, I'm not going to be attacking at all. Polar bears are doing all of the work. Now their damage output is absolutely nuts, so that's something to keep an eye on. I'm just going to heal them every now and then, wait for this dragon to land. Going to whistle attack my target. Obviously, here comes the polar bear. Now, dragon, I would appreciate it. We're going to whistle passive so they don't go just, freak out. Whistle attack my target. Here comes the dragon, nice and slow like. We're going to pull out our spyglass. As he gets closer, whistle attack this target. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move, let him attack the polar bears. And again, those fire blasts take about 10%, and I apologize if there's a little bit of lag, so it sounds a little bit funky right now. Oh my goodness. Look how fast they are shredding him. These guys could probably handle beta or alpha. It's not even close. Now, as you can see, I'm just healing them as we go here. That fire blast is 10% per time, so they're taking a lot of damage. But if they can get through this, we have a chance here. Come on now, guys, let's do this. The ones without saddles seem to be taking some serious health hits. But if we can get through this, we're good. Oh, there we go. So, let that music stop. As you can see, a lot of them took some damage there. We're going to wait for everyone to come back up to join me here. They're healing up pretty quick, though. Some of them don't have much damage, but that fire blast is really what hurts you. And we're just going to sit here for about, 30 seconds so they can heal up a little bit. We don't want to heal them up too much because I want to show you that, this boss fight is doable, but not that you need to cheat your way through it. So basically I'm going to sit here and heal these guys. They're, a little bit around half health for some of these low ones. About, 20 seconds. And while we're doing this, I'll give you some hints. The hardest part of this boss fight, it's really not that hard, is the Manticore. Because she doesn't land very often. so it's really difficult to basically deal out a whole bunch of damage to her. Philonosaurs are going to be OP when you open up the map and you're allowed to attack her with Philonosaurs. And one of the best things you can do to get her to land is just stay still. Because if you don't stay still, she has a tendency to kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, adventure around, if you want to call it that. So you just want to stay still as much as possible. And then she lands. She typically doesn't land where I am right now, so that's something you want to be careful of. She only lands out in the middle for some reason. Don't really know why, but that's just kind of how it is. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go after this boss. It doesn't really matter right now for damage-wise. Here come my polar bear army. We've only lost one so far. As you can see, I'm sitting on my Daeodon. We're healing these guys up, and they're doing fine. So because these are low health bears, you can easily get bears into the range of 25k health. It's something that's super easy to do, actually. And we're just waiting for this mega to aggro to us here. Come on, big guy. Now we're going to go and whistle attack my target. And as you can see, we're avoiding. Now the Manticore will not land probably, unfortunately, so that's just how it works. Where did the mega go? He's like over there. Here he comes. So use your spyglass, save yourself some time, zoom in on him, and whistle attack this target. And then kind of avoid and just keep healing your pack. You can see they're almost up to full health, and we only healed for about 45 seconds. Super useful. And these guys are just going to slaughter. Even though they are terrible dire bears, they are just going to absolutely slaughter this boss. Again, I apologize if it's a little bit staticky right now. I'm trying out some new software to do some boss fights because it looks prettier. However, sometimes there is a little bit of a staticky sound with it. I'll see if I can fix that in the future. Probably going to get a better graphics card in order to help that out. So, as you can see, these guys are just shredding. It's not even close. That wasn't even fair. I'm not even a heal. Now we're just waiting for the Manticore to land. Now one of the best things you can do in this boss fight is stay still. Because if you stay still, the Manticore has a higher probability of landing on you. I don't know why that is the case, but it is. So we're just going to hang out, not move. And as you can see, the dire bears are following me. I don't want them to follow me. It's not necessarily important at this point in time. I just wanted them to follow me earlier so they didn't get all distracted and stuff. And we're going to whistle attack this target on this guy. And they should just absolutely shred this thing. As you can see, they're doing really good damage right now. If you can get about 1/5 to 1/4 damage output per time this thing lands, that's awesome. That's really good information. Boom. That's about 1/4. I'll take 1/4 damage. It's not bad. And you want to kind of keep them in a pack. Yeah, they'll take some damage, but if you're on your Daeodon, just keep healing them up and then hold still. Now, the reason that you were going to hold still, again, she has a higher probability of landing. We're going to go ahead and take our med brews. She's coming down, maybe. We'll see. And I'm just going to sit here and soak it. Nope, she had a fool. She said no thanks. So, maybe I'll just hop on the ground, because sometimes it works really well, where if you hop on the ground, she'll actually land a lot more. And attack you. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get that to happen. Alright, so this is just like a last-ditch effort. Daedon's on passive, so you know it's not attacking it. And I'm going to sit here, use my med brews when she hits me, and I'm just going to sit here and let her aggro to me. Daedon's on passive, those guys are on attack my target, and here she comes. It was almost instantaneous. Oh my goodness, look at that lag spike. And as you can see, she's right there. I usually stand a little bit in front of her so she gives a little bit of aggro. But look at that. They are just shredding. That's like almost 2/3 right there in 2 landings. So, these guys are doing good. Not much damage taken. They've healed up really nicely. So this is definitely doable. Some dire bears and a Daeodon, and you've got yourself a little boss fight. Now, she might only need, I would say she'll probably have to land twice more before I finish this off. But the Manticore is, again, the biggest pain in the butt part of this boss fight. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. She is aggro to the dire bears, which is nice. Oh no. So sometimes she'll get stuck up in the sky like this. It's just a glitch. Usually when she does that next tail swipe, she'll get unstuck. Not always the case, but sometimes that's how it works. Now, another problem, if she stays up there like this, you lose. So you got to do what you can to try and move around. Sometimes moving does help. If she doesn't move this time, I'm going to J-whistle these things and we're going to move out of here. Let's try over here. There we go. That worked. So as you can see, J-whistle worked on that one. That guy's still on passive, so he can't attack. No instantly chomping these things. And we're just waiting for her to land. That's really all we're waiting for. And we have these guys nice and spread out, so they should, in theory, aggro pretty nicely. Whistle them a little bit closer together here. She's coming down for me. Perfect. And they should go straight after her. I think it's going to be this and one more, and we should have this thing taken out. Yeah, she's low. She is super low. That's awesome. These dire bears are just shredding her. Polar bears might be a really legitimate way to go about this, because these are terrible statted polar bears. We only lost one to the dragon, and they have just shredded the crap out of the other things. Okay, seriously? Fine, we'll go this way. You prefer attacking over here, don't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think on this next time, we'll probably get her. Oh, is she coming down? Go get her, polar bears. Go get her. And because they don't take that much of a knockback, they are really good at dealing this damage to her. Boom. And that is how it is done. Theodon just hanging, polar bears slaughtering. These things worked really well. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of these guys because, you know, why not? Super pretty, did a good job. Cannot complain. So, other than that, as you can see, polar bears are certainly an easy strategy you could use. They just clapped that boss. Wasn't even close. I would do this for sure. I'd say these guys are up there with the Velonosaur and the... I can't even think of their names right now. The Clawy Raptors. They're up there for the boss kill. So I hope this video helps you out. And Teacher's Game 2, out.